Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the Professor of Military Science, Lieutenant Colonel Bob Hawkins.
Thank you. Hey, thank you for joining us here today, Dr. Robson. It's great to see you again. Mr. Dan Lavitt, our care director, Dr. Fuller and the rest of the engineering department, Assistant Provost Ireland. Thank you all for all joining us. Friends and family of the Racer Company. Very important milestone today in the life of Cadet Blaine Cranky. I talked to our cadets a lot about setting goals. I don't personally set goals. I have a goal in my life. But there's a lot of milestones along the way. Cadet Cranky doesn't want to be a second lieutenant in the Army. That's a milestone in his career. But it's a very important milestone that we're going to honor here today. He'll be joining the Corps of Engineers. Engineers have been a part of our Army since its establishment. When the Continental Congress established the Continental Army in 1794, they ensured that they added one colonel as the director of engineering with 2 assistants. And then in 1802, the Corps of Engineers was established. When the Army was reducing, despite the tensions with Britain at the time, they were set to work building fortifications in Norfolk and New Orleans. But Congress was calling for them to do acts of civil work, as they described them. My first contact with an Army engineer was actually in high school when the J. Bennett Johnston Waterway, it opened up the Red River as a natural waterway through Louisiana up into Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, was open. And I got to see the port of my hometown open due to the Army Corps of Engineers. And thought that was pretty cool. And up until 1866, the Commandant of the U.S. Military Academy at West Point was an engineer, because that's what they did. They trained Army officers to build fortifications. At this time, we'll go ahead and bring another Lieutenant Cranky up on the stage. We'll go ahead and bring the family. Mom and Dad, if y'all want to go ahead and come forward. And we will conduct the pinning portion of the ceremony. So in just a moment, Second Lieutenant Cranky will go ahead and say the oath of commissioned service. Now, he's already said one oath in order to contract with ROTC. He said the enlisted oath. In the enlisted oath, he swore to obey the orders of the President of the United States and the officers appointed over him. Now he is one of those officers appointed over the enlisted members of the Army. So the oath is significantly different. And at this time, we'll go ahead and bring First Lieutenant Cranston forward for the oath of commission service.
Right hand, repeat after me. I, say your name,
I, Blaine Allen Cranky,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold and defend
to uphold and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic.
that I will bear true faith
I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
that I will well and faithfully
that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office
of the office
of which I am about to enter.
of which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present the newest Second Lieutenant of the United States Army, Second Lieutenant Blaine Cranky.
You got speech, unfortunately. And it's like if I knew if I was gonna be just myself, I absolutely have to do this. It's been a long time coming, and 4.5 years, 9 semesters, and almost 650 morning PTs, every single one of which had me questioning all my decisions. It has been a long, long road for me, and along with the faculty and the friends that got me here. When I walked into this program, one of the first things I was told was, Crappy, you are choosing to do a very hard degree that, frankly, you may not get to use much throughout the Army. If you think you can't do it, you need to stop and change to do something easier, or else you might not be able to succeed. And while at the time, as a little freshman, my little freshman self, I was mildly worried, I would soon come to learn over the years an important trait that I was taught about myself. I cannot do easy. At every turn in my life that I had the choice to do an easier thing, there's always a little burning flame of consciousness in the back of my head that told me no, I do not get to do that. I do not get to do the easy thing when so many people, cadre, and instructors, and faculty alike have put in the hard work to get me where I'm at. I do not get to do the easy thing where all my peers are putting in their best effort and intentions to help one another to do their furthest intentions. I do not get to do the easy thing when so many of the cadets underneath me look up to me and ask for help, and when they're having a hard time, I have to look back at them where I was so many years ago and tell them, I promise you, everything is just going to be fine. All you need to know is you can't quit. So neither may I. I cannot quit on them, and I cannot quit on me. To quote the poem Ulysses, I am a part of all that I have ever met. Every single person in this room, by some degree, has had a part to play in getting me to where I'm at on the stage right now. You have all given a piece of yourself to me that I will grow and share and give on to others, and I can only hope that I've done the same to you. So I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to Colonel Hawkins and the rest of the incoming Skyrisher staff, because I know you will have a wonderful time and you will carry this program to greater heights and continue to forge far better officers than I will ever be. I want to thank you to Sergeant Murid, even though he cannot be in attendance today, for psychopathically helping me memorize road signs, of all things. Also not here today, I want to thank Lieutenant Colonel House and Major Burgess, who could not be bothered to travel to see their favorite cadet. I will forever remember the teachings and the discretionary advice, and I'll miss their continual presence in my life. It is said, however, if you stand outside on a bright sunny day and look far out into the distance, a glare brighter than the sun itself will shine from their heads. To Miss Wilma Smith, who along with Professor Todd Broker I genuinely thank you in aiding me in relearning my faith and continuously to seek the Lord, whom I thank and praise for all I have and will continue to seek and experience in my life to live. To Mr. Patterson, I thank you for all you've done along with this program and how you've helped it chug on. And I seriously need to thank you for getting me to Korea and back in one piece and not somehow getting lost along the way. To my brother, First Lieutenant Promotable Ryan Crampy, who I'm often referred to as a 2.0 variant, I thank you in guiding me all this way so I can find my own success. What you have trailblazed, I have paved, and the footsteps you left, they are my road to success. And along with that, the rest of my family, my brothers, my sister, my mother, my father, you have raised me to be a son that I am proud to be, and I will never try to let you down. To Dr. Rogers and the rest of the engineering physics staff and the faculty along with them, thank you for guiding me down to be the coolest major on campus and helping me continuously gaslight the rest of ROTC that I'm the brainiac that I am and not just middle of the pack. To the cadets here and the cadets of past and future, I thank you and your faith that you've put in me, that I may learn to be the leader I am today. And I look forward to seeing all of you prosper, lieutenants and cadets alike. And finally, Mr., or actually Lieutenant Colonel Howe, who has had to deal with me and my antics and my informalities and my procrastination of all things for the entire 4.5 years. You've seen me when I came in, and you will see me as I leave. I thank you for bearing with me and let me make the mistakes I have in order to better learn from them. And as I left our class yesterday, I had lingered around the program for another half hour, soaking in the reality that was setting in, looking at the walls and understanding that I'd be soon leaving a familiar place with all the friends and memories and experiences I've had here. But while doing so, I read through our program's record commissioned officers, the plaques detailing every single officer that has come through Murray State University over the past 72 years. Over 2,000 officers have come through here, and what I can say of certainty is not a single one of them was certain on what the life had in store for them after putting on these bars. And that remains true today. In 24 days from now, I will start my new life as a U.S. Army engineer officer at Fort Leonard Wood. And unfortunately, for that instructor, I will not know what to do. But I can promise you one thing, I will learn, and everything is just going to be fine. I want to thank you all.
The first salute is a cherished tradition that reflects the bond between the officer corps and the enlisted soldiers who form the backbone of our Army. When rendered, it honors not only the military service, but the shared commitment, sacrifice, and legacy carried forward to the next generation of leaders. At this time, Specialist Broadbent will accompany Second Lieutenant Crampy on stage and render his first salute. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the singing of the Army song. March along, sing our song, we're the Army of the free. Count the brave, count the true, who fought to victory. We're the Army and proud of our name. We're the Army and proudly proclaim. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the Army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the Army goes rolling along. And it's high, high, hey, the Army's on its way. Count off the cadence down and strong. Wherever we go, you will always know that the Army goes rolling along. Ladies Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. On behalf of Murray State University and the Skyhawk Battalion ROTC, I thank you for attending. Please make your way to the stage and congratulate the Army's newest Second Lieutenant Blaine Cramping.